Hello everyone, welcome to the Creeker Weekly Brief with our news stories for the week.
We got a lot of stuff.
This is a big week.
Look, it feels like a month passed since Trump announced his nomination for the Supreme Court nominee, right?
Yeah, Trump taxes was this week.
That was this week.
That was the beginning of this week.
So much news,
which is a lot. It's a lot to handle.
You know, I was gonna like delete Twitter for a bit.
Yeah, just check
and then
out.
This happened, dude.
And then you're like, never mind. Can't leave Twitter yet.
Trump has
COVID. There's the debate is literally trash. It's in the Gmail.
The drive. Oh, I might need to link him. I can do that right
now. But yeah, I'm fleeing the country. Not the country. I'm just gonna go live in the mountains, like more than we already do.
Yeah, don't tell them.
No, but they're not gonna find me. Are you kidding me? There was a serial killer in the Adirondacks that me and fucking Sai were reading about that. Hid in the Adirondacks for like 15 days and killed like 4 hikers. I'm fine.
Dude, I'm terrified. Like a lot of...
Yeah, me too.
And people aren't changing. That's the problem. It's like, I still have a few Republican friends that are like, oh well. Who cares?
Like, he's so strong! COVID will not get my god down!
Let's start with the debate, because that's what happened.
No, let's start
with the census?
The census quick news.
Okay.
Get into it. So census 2020, the deadline was back in fucking April. We had a pandemic. They had to change the date a couple times, to extend it to make fucking sense.
Yeah.
Because it's a thing that happens every 10 years and decides billions of dollars in fucking federal funds to communities.
It's also where these fucking cucks reline this district.
Yeah,
right?
it's how you reline districts for your states.
So that's where the gerrymandering thing happens.
That's where gerrymandering comes in.
It basically, what it does, it measures how many representatives each state can have. It also draws lines for the districts, like Timmy said, for, where you vote, right? In theory. And
Where people pay taxes.
Yeah, where people pay taxes. It provides, it determines how much federal funding is needed for, roads, for schools, for social programs, housing. It's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a huge deal. Decides a bunch of funds. They're scared that this is going to be the lowest response that they've had for the census in a while. But a federal judge just changed the date from what was supposed to be September 30th to October 31st because apparently the Census Bureau tweeted out a tweet that made no sense, contradicting the actual date. Mm-hmm. So they had to change it again because it made no sense and they said it was contradictory. So, yeah. Census is now, if you haven't filled out the census already, census2020.gov.
So another thing,
please go fill it out.
Let's talk about how Trump didn't want to, I guess he was seeking to remove the undocumented immigrants portion of it from the census to further diminish a state's population.
They want the question. Oh yeah, so they don't want to count those people even though
only count citizens, right?
Because Trump got that question to exist. Are you a legal immigrant?
What do you think about that?
I think it fucked up census response, which sucks. And I think it just kind of furthers what Trump is, and it's not a big deal. It can be reversed if Biden gets in office.
Yeah, but I think it's very important though. It helps with social programs.
Yeah, but even if Trump wins, it can get reversed in 4 years.
Yeah,
because it's a really shitty policy to put in place. It makes no sense. It doesn't help anybody.
Yeah, and the thing is these undocumented immigrants or just immigrants in general, they are starting to plan to get citizenship, right?
Yeah.
And, this is done every 10, 15 years. And basically, those people are not accounted for. And in a sense, they're just random, outliers. So it further undermines the population of the U.S. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't really account for how many people actually live in each state or each district.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But fill out the census, census2020.gov.
I agree. Yeah.
Do it if you haven't. It'll take you 2 minutes if you live in the U.S. Mm-hmm. If you don't live in the U.S., don't fill out the census. It's not for you, okay? You got your own shit. Focus on yourself. Anyways, let's go into whatever the fuck the debate was.
So we did a stream this week. It was really cool. I think we hit like 70.
We hit 78 viewers concurrent, which was super dope. We will be streaming the vice presidential debate.
But it was so draining. It
was mind-numbing. Watching two old men yell at each other, it felt like I was at my birthday party.
They were literally
my grandpa's decided to
They
interact.
were literally crybabies, dude.
Yeah, no, they were little piss babies. The sexual tension was in the air. It was palpable. It really felt like they were about to rip each other's clothes off. It felt very intense.
I think Trump made it worse.
Trump made it so much worse.
No longer invited to Thanksgiving.
So to avoid conflict, we've decided not to invite Trump to Thanksgiving. Biden's fully allowed, but he is on probation.
And I'll tell you what, I think Biden did good. I think he honestly exceeded my expectations.
Yeah,
I thought he was gonna fail. I thought he was gonna say some weird stuff.
I think one of the things is one of the reasons he did so good is because Trump did so bad.
Yeah.
Trump was such a fucking, like, piss baby about it, like, yelling, that it literally made,
because he's, like, over-talking people, he's interrupting people, he's interrupting the moderator, he's interrupting...
Yeah, and also Trump
Biden.
Insulting Biden's family, and... So the thing is, it works, for Trump, it worked insulting others' families when it was the 2016 election, and you had Bill Clinton, or, like, you had Ted Cruz's wife. Fuck yeah, sure. Funny as fuck. I'll laugh. But when you're insulting Joe Biden's family, dude, Joe Biden's been through some shit. He was fucking his first wife and son died
when he was a senator, I believe.
Yeah, when he was a senator. Another one of his sons got cancer. His other son, he helped battle through an addiction with cocaine.
Yeah.
All of his his children were both veterans.
Just sad, dude. It's like
if you can't insult these people. Like, if you do, it's just it comes off as insanely.
The spiel is with Hunter Biden. It's that he was part of Burisma. He was in that company and whatever. But like, still, it's like you can't go against him just because he had an opium addiction.
Yeah,
what the fuck is
that's
that?
like the wrong thing to bring up. Like, yeah.
And in general, dude, your whole family's in the White House. Yeah. Trump's whole family, literally, his daughters, even his fucking daughter's husband, Jared Kushner, is in the White House.
Yeah.
And he has all these people, like he has fucking their girlfriends or boyfriends in the White House. Like, who are you to be a saint to be like this?
Yeah, to call people out on their family business.
So we want to say a few. I want to say a few quotes, and we'll talk about.
We'll get through this.
Into the quotes, baby.
So Trump, when talked about climate change, right? He was first of all boasting about how the country has clean air and clean water.
Clean air, baby. Portland's one of the worst places to
quote
fucking
unquote,
inhale.
He said, every year I get the call, California's burning, California's burning. If that was cleaned, if you had forest management, good forest management, you wouldn't be getting those calls. So he thinks that this is all going to be solved if we just clean up the forest floors.
Which, like, yeah, that's a factor, but also fucking climate change.
Oh yeah, I wonder why the fucking
wondering why there's so many storms that are causing these fires. I wonder why the environment's a little different than usual, and it's becoming more intense to the fact that we have 4 billion
It makes my head hurt because he knows. He literally knows. I think he said like it could be real. Like, dude.
So we all agree climate change isn't real, right?
But what I'm saying is, if he says that climate change is real, he's losing the evangelical voter base who is like denying science.
I don't believe in climate change though. This is God's will.
Why do people not believe in climate change?
You can't fix it. This is God's will. You gotta just accept it.
Some people, some Republicans, they believe in it, but it's just that it's not one of their main concerns.
Well, they believe in it, but you can't change it.
Concern.
They believe in it, but you can't change it because the environment's ever changing.
Right.
They believe it to be like the fucking Ice Age. Like, this is just something that's gonna happen no matter what.
You're using logic to describe the people that believe the Earth is flat. So,
do you not believe in the Ice Age?
Wait, hold on.
Do you not believe in the Ice Age?
Dude, it's like, so they don't care about all the new pollutants that are being exposed in the air.
Yeah, it's bad. I like to not. like recognize that there is a difference because of rapid industrialization in the world is just willful ignorance.
Oh no, dude, what is going on? And then another argument is that, you know, China and India are having high levels, and so even if we were to change our climate, you know, policies, they won't. So
China's just probably gonna get fucking below our CO2 levels.
It's not even that. It's that if you make a change as the leader of the free world, and if you're the greatest country in the world, right?
Yeah.
People will follow, and you could make them follow.
But
with trade deals or whatever.
The argument is that if we do it, there's no guarantee others will do it.
You can if you put pressure on them.
Yeah, but like the Republicans will say, it'll just put us behind economically, and this is why China will win, even though China's literally using billions of dollars to invest in green energy. And
they know that they have to because they have so many people. If they didn't, then the world would be fucked.
Dude, it doesn't even it not even on like the world's gonna be fucked level. It just makes more sense. You save so much money in the long run. Just fucking do it. Don't be a fucking pussy. Antifa's an idea, not an organization. Okay.
Biden had a good fucking.
That was a good
clap back.
That was a good quote.
But it's like designate Antifa as a terrorist organization, but not the KKK.
Well, so technically, I saw this. A bunch of Republicans think that Trump actually designated the KKK as a terrorist organization with his I think it's like his platinum plan for Black Americans.
Sure.
He didn't though. He just said he plans to designate the KKK as a terrorist organization.
So his main ideology is that, you know, like they exist, right?
No, but you can't designate KKK as a terrorist organization. That's the same reason you can't designate
BLM as a terrorist organization.
Yeah, you
is
can't.
That the same thing?
No. It's more that you can't designate. You can't designate Antifa or the KKK because the KKK at this point is so decentralized that you can't designate like them a fucking. It's easy to do it when it's not in the country. Like, that's why ISIS is very easy to say that's a terrorist organization. But when it's in America, then it's gonna bring it to the Supreme Court because then it's trampling on freedom of speech and bullshit like that.
Right.
And when it's so decentralized, like the KKK, like Antifa, even though those are not comparable in any way, you can't enforce that it's a terrorist organization other than just stomping on freedom of speech. Because then it's like any racist statement, like somebody makes a KKK joke, like a lot of edgy fucking white kids like that listen to iDubbbz, but now I guess that was our shit. I don't know what the fuck happens now. I think Leafy's back. So fucking kids that listen to Leafy that are like 10, they'll make a stupid KKK joke. Did you just fucking do the census right now?
I just did it.
Oh my god. But fucking those 11-year-old racist kids, but I'm not even gonna say they're racist, they're just ignorant at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Say some shit like the KKK's good. Fucking that they're labeled terrorists now, and then are gonna have federal fucking forces at their house. On them. Exactly. Then you're gonna get brought to the Supreme Court.
It's not even.
It says they can't,
let's go back to the quote. So Biden said, you know, Antifa is an idea, not an organization, right? And then Trump's response to that is that, look, the radical left is much more crazier than the radical right. He literally said that.
Which makes no sense. It's literally...
Shouldn't you be stopping both?
Yeah.
As a president?
That's his entire platform. His entire platform is to put the right against the left.
And it's like, it's that, just fear-mongering, and just making one side just the absolute worst.
I just want to put this...
It's like, you need to account for both. Like, I do agree that looting and pillaging is horrible, right? But why are those things happening? Look at the reasons, right? And then also the radical right. Why are they getting so fired up? Try to decrease violence on both sides.
I think it's crazy because there is a way to actually, like, fight both of these at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can't fight the people that are already indoctrinated. You kind of just have to let them die out, but you have to stop people from being indoctrinated. So the way you do that is by educating them in the school system. But Trump is going directly against what would help that by, if you had the 1619 Project actually but like given to schools and learned in school systems, you would then have an anti-racist system that would prevent racism from happening. So then you wouldn't have a situation where BLM has to come to fruition, and you wouldn't have people that would join the KKK. They're both feeding into each other, and it's a simple solution to educate and stop them from feeding into each other, but they won't fucking do it. because they side with the KKK.
Isn't Trump also doing like an American education?
Yeah,
something,
it's like
the
1774. It's like America First education.
That's propaganda.
It's propaganda.
So it's like
Highlighting
the
the
It's
accomplishments of
literally
America,
the opposite.
right? Highlighting the accomplishments of
Absolute
America,
Chad.
making America look, like it's great.
And I know every education system in your country kind of has to indoctrinate you in a way, because if your population was always questioning you.
No,
then,
there is indoctrination, dude. You wake up, you go to class, and then you put your hand over your hand and you do the pledge. Like at an early age.
No. But I'm saying, I know that there has to be some level of indoctrination so that you don't have revolution all the time.
That's why you do that.
That's why that shit happens. You want patriotism to be looked at as a good thing.
So, there was a study.
So I understand it, but also the 1619 Project doesn't demonize America today. It demonizes.
This is actually really cool to think about. There's a study done in for public opinion. I don't remember exactly. I think it was Jennings and Neebe, and basically it's about the benevolent leader image and the malevolent leader image. So at a young age, you have this benevolent image of the president, of congressman, or even your mayor, and you think they're great people, right? But that's why the reason why is because everyone tells you, oh, the president's done all this stuff, that they were, really good for America, and that, you do this, you do the pledge, and you say all this, and you have this happy, feeling towards America. As you get older, you start realizing that's more intricate, right? And there's these complicated, facets and everything, and that it's not that cut and dry. There's, the Democrats, there's the Republicans, there's these parties and stuff, and that's where the malevolent image starts happening. So there is indoctrination, it's just, how much indoctrination can you put in?
Yeah.
And that's the problem with the education plans and everything. But in general, going back to the debate, it was rough because you have.
It was awful.
I thought it was awful because both sides were just going at each other, and there wasn't really a point for discussion. However, I thought that Biden did list his policies, right? He said he went against the first thing was about socialism. How Trump keeps bringing up that Biden's a socialist. He has these socialist medicine policies, but it's false.
Well, another big thing, it's a
buzzword. It's a buzzword, and it pits one side against the other, like we said.
Yeah, another big reason I think the debate was so mind-numbingly dull and terrible to watch was also because we don't fucking support either of them. Yeah. We're gonna vote for Joe Biden, but we don't support him.
Biden's campaign is settled for Biden.
Exactly. So that's my thing. I think that's another reason. I feel when I was much younger, when I was freshman watching this election it's kind of same deal happening in 2016. Right. I saw Trump as a clown, and I saw Hillary Clinton as yay, girl boss, first woman president. Yeah. And that was just who I was when I was 14 years old.
Or
15.
Expands into the questions
14, yeah.
Why are we still having these people? Hillary and Trump, I personally can say, I'm sure you can agree too, I want Hillary as my candidate. I thought Hillary was flawed, and I thought that she wasn't the best sense of character, and I think a lot of people saw that same way, but they saw that Trump was this outside figure, let's vote for him.
I wasn't, opposed to Hillary, though, but that's also because I was 14.
I mean, yeah, we couldn't vote.
Well, I also, I thought Hillary was good. She believed in, a public option, which I thought was the best solution at the time.
But at that time, I still equated Hillary to being a corrupt figure.
No, I did, but also I was wow, your husband cheated on you, and you're doing this publicly.
She leaked emails.
I was.
When the leaked emails came out, I was like, Bernie.
Even the handling of Benghazi, there's a lot of stuff. And now, looking back at what we have right now, we have Biden and Trump, right? You have this guy that is completely dividing America.
Why couldn't we have Bernie?
And you have I love that shirt.
What?
And you have Biden.
Dude, he's just such a fucking.
He's too old.
Yeah, I was watching.
But he was making coherent sense.
No, it's not. It's not that he's too old though, because Bernie's the oldest sack of shit on the planet, and I'm I fucking love you.
He's only a couple years older than Trump.
Yeah, no, but he's older than Biden.
I don't know. I think I would have been happy with a younger person that was maybe a moderate. It just can talk and can actually swing.
I think they would have lost. I think they would have lost.
No, dude.
I don't think Buttigieg would have won.
Look,
Buttigieg
as a character, as the principle of a young dude, but not Buttigieg. You know what I mean?
This is the thing.
I think
it's much easier to settle for Biden because he's a well-known name.
Sure.
You already know what he's done.
Yeah.
A lot of people that are young right now, it's much easier to settle for him, even though we know that he has the racist crime bill and shit.
Mm-hmm.
We memed the fuck out of him when he was with Obama. Like, oh my god, they're such cute friends. Like, do you remember that shit?
Yeah,
Like,
that was like the thing.
That's like
whole
what we
thing
grew
was
up
off
with.
of
That was our
gaffes,
middle
right?
school, dude.
It was all gaffed, like these small like remarks of, "Oh, Biden's this cool dude."
Exactly. So
Cool
that's
Biden.
my thing. It's way easier to settle for Biden. Even like with other people, they have that same controversial past, but they don't have that indoctrination into your brain as like a cool, chill dude.
We'll get into this. I want to actually do a piece on how like the Democratic Party highlights certain key people, and then completely forgets about them after a couple of times, and then they choose to just go with this cookie cutter plan.
That's also another reminder.
They want the safest option.
did
Biden,
shoot,
which they think is the safest option.
Here's my thing: if they all went ahead and like endorsed Bernie, what would happen is a lot of those like diet Republican Democrats like Biden would not continue to be millionaires. They couldn't be. Bernie wouldn't let them. He had an entirely.
This is a debate. This is a debate because it's interesting because I don't know if a socialist, like a Democratic, I'll put it in better terms, Democratic socialist, right? I don't know if he could have been combating Trump, even if it was Bernie.
Better. I think
it's
so. The
dude.
only two candidates that polled better than Trump from the Democratic primary were Bernie and Biden. And
That's amongst their candidates, though, right?
What do you mean?
No. That's the polls with Trump and Bernie or Trump and Biden, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Okay.
So that's in like a hypothetical election. Like, I think, like the problem was Bernie couldn't activate during the primary, the young vote, but I think he could have activated for the actual election. But I don't know. I also agree. It's very. I don't know if people would be. I think that's the thing. You don't know if moderates would just decide to settle for fucking Donald Trump, which makes no fucking sense.
That's hypotheticals, but I mean, look, we had the debate. We had Bernie. We had Biden and we had Trump. It was a shit show, in my opinion.
The idea behind them supporting Biden specifically is because there's this idea that he can like unite across the aisle, and that he can have some Republicans vote for him and not necessarily Bernie, because Bernie is he's very far left. Even though a lot of his policies are what we need to fix a lot of the problems that we have in our country, like we can't really necessarily fix those problems with like a necessarily moderate candidate, like somebody who could be, as safe of an option as Biden. But that's why they voted for him. That's why
it's weird because yeah, I yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think we need to get into the next topic, but first of all, also to recap of the debate. It was a very shit show.
Worst thing to watch.
Very hands were thrown.
Made me want to shoot myself.
Yeah.
So the next debate is October 7th with the vice presidential debate, and that's still happening regardless of Trump getting COVID. And we'll go into that.
So Pence just texted.
Pence does not have COVID.
Pence tested negative, which means that the debate will go on, and we will be streaming it on this channel 15 minutes before the debate starts till 10 minutes after the debate ends. I hope to see all 15 of you there. And we are gonna move into what we thought would actually cancel the rest of the debates, but honestly, the debate commission was like, "Fuck y'all, you better just show up."
Okay, so I'll start this.
Trump having COVID.
Trump has COVID, dude.
Testing positive is in the hospital.
This should have happened. I was thinking this was gonna happen in March. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
Not now. So let's just talk about it. So briefly speaking, in the 6 days before being hospitalized after testing positive for COVID, President Trump debated Joe Biden, introduced his nominee for Supreme Court. That's Amy Coney Barrett.
ACB.
He attended 2 fundraisers. He even played a little golf. He shot some pars, right? Is that what you say?
Yeah. Shot some pars.
He had a rally of 5,000 people
hit some
at
holes.
2 of the campaign ralies.
I think it's important to mention that.
So, Trump was flown to Walter Reed National Military Medical Center in Bethesda, Maryland, late Friday as a precautionary measure. That's what they're saying, precautionary measure, official said. A spokesman said Friday that the president had mild symptoms. mild symptoms. That's scary. He's in that age group of, that high age group of 70 to 80. I think he has pre-existing conditions. Can we just assume that? He's obese, I would say.
He definitely
He's
has other
definitely
shit.
pushing 275. Can you say that?
Yeah, he definitely has other shit that's
It's
not...
confirmed.
No, but he definitely has other pre-existing
And in
conditions
general,
we
I
don't
think
know
he's had, breathing problems.
Yeah.
I see it.
He had
And
to-
I'm sure that does not help.
Beginning of the year, he had to go to Walter Reed for a overnight visit. And
Tim
they
can
didn't
break
say
down the timeline. I think the timeline is good to talk about.
So Trump announced the administration's plan to distribute 150 million Abbott Rapid point-of-care coronavirus tests in the coming weeks and inspected a new electric pickup from Lordstown Motors' former GM plant
That was
in
the 28th.
Ohio. That was the 28th after playing some golf holes on the 27th and having the Amy Coney Barrett party,
That was the 26th.
which was the 26th.
So that ceremony had at least 100 people.
Holy
and there were
shit.
some high-level people there.
Yeah.
And the people that were
that's-
there, a lot of them are infected.
A lot of them are infected now. Chris Christie, Kellyanne
Yep.
Conway.
So Notre Dame's president, because Amy Coney Barrett was in Notre Dame, so he was there. He got infected. Kellyanne Conway, as you said. 2 senators, so Mike Lee, and then Tom Tillis.
I thought it was 3 senators.
So the
3
third
senators.
senator, they don't know exactly where he was, so they can't really affirm anything.
But it could have
they
been.
know 2
at
senators.
that point,
were
it's a super spreader event. They
Sure.
could have gone
sure,
to,
that's
5
probably
people.
why he might have gotten it.
So then on the 29th, Trump traveled on Air Force One and debated Democratic presidential debate candidate Joe Biden, where she showed up too late to get tested, and they kind of just went
That's
on
what the
honor
reports
code
say.
system.
That's what the reports say, which is still wild.
And none of the Trump family wore masks at the debate.
Also, Trump was talking about how he doesn't wear a mask as much as Biden.
At the debate.
During
He's making fun of Biden for wearing a mask.
Right.
Then on the 30th, the president attended a private fundraiser in Minnesota and a rally in Minnesota that evening.
And that rally, so 4 Minnesota representatives have tested positive.
You
Yeah,
can look
Republican
if you want to see a
I
visual.
wonder what correlation's happening here.
If you want to see a visual of our timeline, you can go to our it's over here. Our Instagram up here. It's got
One of the sexiest infographics ever.
one of the sexiest infographics
It's
I think
dope.
we've made.
We spent
It's
a lot of
very
time.
cool.
I wonder who made it.
I wonder who did that. Could it be me? It's actually our whole editing team that you don't see. They're all behind the camera at all times. Jibba Job.
So
That's my alter egos.
So at age 74, Trump's age and weight, as we mentioned, put him into a higher risk category for more severe COVID-19 symptoms.
And not just only...
The White House has not said how long the quarantine will last, but the CDC recommends people isolate for at least 10 to 14 days after symptoms start and 24 hours after fevers have broken.
Yeah, and so it's not just a risk of more COVID outbreaks stemming from Trump. It's also a huge national security risk with him having it, with the line of succession, foreign countries saying they can take advantage. There's a lot of fear with Iran and North Korea or China trying to make a move, like China making a move on Taiwan.
Oh, you're talking about the security risk,
Yeah, the
right?
security risk. And then there's also...
Dude, that's scary. Like, you're right. National countries foreign countries can take advantage.
Yeah.
And they're keeping an eye on this. So before this all, when it broke, people were scared about what the line of succession would look like. So Pence obviously is in these debate prep. Apparently, even at the debate prep, people weren't wearing masks. And so, you see Pence is circling through, and people were scared that he might have gotten it, but apparently he's tested negative. So if president were to be incapacitated or anything like that, or if he can't do his duties, the 25th Amendment would be invoked. And
What if he then
Pence would be
tests
encouraged.
positive and dies?
Who?
What if they both die?
Right. So then,
goes down
speaker
Speaker
would
of the
be.
House.
So Nancy Pelosi.
So Nancy
would be-
Pelosi, our first female president. How glad that's
Apparently
where we're
she's
going.
been notified. Apparently she's been notified about the line of succession.
So it was
they're taking
also
precautions
a big thing. I remember. I wonder if this will get brought up. If Trump dies,
Right.
this is why I'm scared of Trump dying. And I know we're not all in agreement here, but this is another reason I'm scared.
Yeah,
of
I'm
Trump
scared.
dying.
I'll be honest.
So
with you, I'm scared.
Trump dies. There was a whole debate during the impeachment that if Pence took over, he would then be impeached because he is also in the same boat as Trump being
complicit
in a lot of things. So even if Trump doesn't get COVID, doesn't die from COVID,
he's gonna get arrested. He taxes.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, not Trump. I meant Pence. If Pence,
Right.
so like Trump dies, Pence takes over. I think that there will probably be a lot of arguments between the Democrats and Nancy Pelosi saying that she has the right to take the throne, basically, and I think there will be a struggle for power, which is going to be a scary time.
I mean, that's just hypothetically speaking.
It's hypothetically speaking if Trump dies, but Trump dying, not out. Very fucking likely. Let's see. What's the?
I don't want to give it any.
How old
like,
is he?
numbers.
What's-
Look,
74.
Trump is.
He's in the demographic of people that die of COVID. That's all I'm saying.
But he has. Look, everyone says that, right? Everyone memes about this. He has the best healthcare in the world.
Yeah.
I would say. He will make it through it. But let's look at it, right? There are people in America that don't have that healthcare.
Right.
That are struggling to make ends meet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Like he's
Like,
actively,
what?
he's actively disregarding those people that are dying of COVID, that are dying not only of COVID but are dying alone without their families,
Yeah.
like being put on a ventilator, being incapacitated, and he is the president who's still getting COVID, but he does have those resources.
Yes.
Oh,
Those
so this
resources
is
do whatever.
terrifying. This do you want to know what I'm about to say?
Are we sure that's correct?
This
What
is
is
from the CDC.
So yeah, he is 70.
So he's 74,
Uh-huh.
which means he has a 5 times higher chance of being hospitalized, which
Sure.
is
He is.
yeah, which is like
These are rates.
this is
to
rates
18
as compared
29
18 to
euros.
29, which is 18 to 29 is the
So
1%.
to me.
Yeah. So that's
Okay.
like the 1% mortality rate kind of thing.
Right.
The 0.5% mortality rate. That's like that's us.
Mhm.
That's our age group. He has a 90 times higher chance of dying. The mortality rate is 90 times higher, and for somebody over 85, it's 630 times higher. So
You just throwing that out. Look. He's being smart about it, apparently. He's taking a lot of this antiviral cocktail they're calling it. Yeah, from
terrifying.
Regeneron.
I feel like that's gonna kill
He's
him.
gonna inject bleach. It's gonna be fine. It's all good.
And
He's gonna make it, dude, and that's what's scary because he's gonna make it out, and he's gonna be like, "Look, I made it."
exactly, and then he's gonna like
I'm the best.
he's gonna
Vote for
lower
me.
like the. He's
I
gonna
am
be like,
stronger than Biden. Like that's
Biden's
feel.
such a pussy. I got COVID and I'm fine.
And
Biden still wears a fucking mask. You see me?
I'm not even at that level of what will happen.
Take my germs. I'm safe now. That's how
I'm
he
not
coughs.
even at the level of what happens if he dies, right?
I'm thinking about
I'm
it.
just saying if he survives, which I think he will, I would say give it an 80%.
If you guys want to flee with me to the mountains, I've got like the perfect spot. Like you guys are invited. There's plenty of space for you.
We might have to do.
Dude, how do you? What I'm like really?
We go remote for Creeker.
I was gonna say
we
remote
hide.
Creeker, and we just drive around and submit, and then come back.
We just drive around in the mountains hiding from the police when the draft gets instated for the Civil War that's
Oh my
oncoming.
God.
Dude, and okay, we're not gonna explain why Trump is bad, but like why Trump? Like
Well, no,
why,
we
why
can-
like why
Dude,
it's
do you
karma,
want to
right?
do you
Why
want to
it's
talk
karma.
about no
Let's
no
talk
no?
about the
You want to
karma
talk why
aspect.
Trump is bad? Literally, the news that came out this week: Trump has paid like no taxes.
Which
is our next
I don't
fucking
wanna even,
story.
Look, I'm gonna cut him some slack. I'm gonna cut my boy some slack.
My
Okay,
boy.
my slime some slack.
My
Okay,
slime.
he's not my slime. I'm just clarifying. But
We are, in fact, not.
I actually don't know him.
let's talk about his fucking COVID response, dude. This little
Holy
fucker.
shit!
He downplays the virus, right?
I don't know.
'Cause he
He
doesn't
doesn't
wanna
want His
incite-
response is beautiful. He does
doesn't
a great
want to
job.
incite
He's a
public
poet.
outrage.
Yeah.
He
He's
publicly
on record.
he on record he says this, right? He doesn't help states in terms of invoking the Defense Power Act,
Yeah.
right, to create more ventilators or whatever, right? He publicly wants to fucking open up the country, and he does not care. He's like, we gotta protect the economy, we gotta open this up. That's his main goal. He doesn't care about the people that
If
are
I was
suffering.
president, I'd let everybody die.
That's why you're not the president. That's why you're not the
Vote for
president.
Tim.
That's why you're not the president.
What
Size, Size look at me when I said that. Holy shit.
No, but it's like he publicly says that masks don't work.
Yeah, no.
He's
because
like
they
he
don't.
makes fun of people wearing masks. He doesn't wear them, and apparently even Chris Christie has said, even during like in the West Wing, even during debate prep, he publicly does not let people wear masks, and he doesn't wear masks.
He doesn't let people wear masks when they ask him questions.
And like all these Trump cucks are gonna be like, look, he does like wearing masks. He does do this, right? Okay, buddy, look at the clip of him going to Marine One.
Do you see the picture of him wearing a mask twice? He took it off and put it back on. Did you see that?
Okay, buddy, look at the rally, right, where he went to. You want me to tell you something? The people that are put behind him are 6 feet away. There are literally 5 people wearing masks,
6
right?
feet away.
Everyone else
he is
around
6
him
feet
don't
away.
wear masks.
He is 6 feet away. What's the fucking problem? I thought it was 6 fucking feet. He's 6 feet away. What the fuck's up, liberal cuck?
Dude,
Jesus
even
fuck.
going to the
he
Marine,
can't get any fucking pussy.
Even
can
going,
he?
even going to Marine.
What? He can't fuck his wife now? What's the problem? He's gotta wear a mask.
Even she's got COVID, dude.
Shit, you're right. Actually, he's in the
Didn't
hospital.
he buy his wife online?
Pretty much. We are in the stream right now, so I don't know if you want to.
Just so you know, this type of close interaction that you're doing.
Oh, it's COVID. It's a COVID super spreader.
Is what caused our beloved president to die.
We are in the COVID soup right now.
We're actually
We're in it.
We've
Get
all
6 feet
actually
closer.
we all have interacted with Donald Trump individually.
We went to his
Kiss a
rally.
little.
But that was 2 weeks ago. I think we planned this infection.
For sure.
There was a Trump rally in Kingston
When?
today.
Oh,
Is that what
the
our
fuck are
boy
we
was
doing?
at?
Big sign.
You think so?
There's a lady who's probably in her 80s holding a sign that said, "Make Trump our king."
as we
Wow.
should. As we should.
Wow.
Queen.
What king shit?
Bring back the monarchy.
King has COVID.
Bring back the monarchy. Fuck the revolution.
So you still don't believe in fascism, huh? Right? Dude, there are people there that are like, I hope my king is doing well. I hope he's like Facebook chats right now.
Dude, Facebook's awful.
Facebook is like, I hope my president is doing well. I hope he'll fight through this.
Oh, so we have a Trump supporter. Hi, Dylan. How are you?
How are you, buddy?
You're wrong. We're always right. Sorry.
Wait, what is it?
He said, I feel he is good because he had... Yeah, dude, but he has
Can you talk
COVID.
about how
I'm
many-
sorry.
Can you talk
He
about
doesn't
how
have
many-
the best impact on the economy.
Can you talk
He
about the
took
amount of
Obama's
things-
economy.
Can you talk about the amount of things
And he
that he's
thrived
cut,
off of
how
it.
many programs that he's cut to put that money back into the economy? How many environmental regulations he repealed so he could use that money to put back towards the stock market to make our GDP look like it's...
Oh, guess what happened? Guess what happened to the...
Our GDP is falling apart. The stock market's fine. The stock market's great.
But, that's
But
what
our
everybody else
economy's
sees.
been
That's-
shit.
Those are the numbers that he shows.
That's
you.
why almost every
Even
rural
the,
economy's
even
in a
the-
recession.
Even the unemployment rates, like... I don't want to get into this because this is another discussion.
Right.
But even unemployment rates were going down. They were trajectory down.
Yeah.
And, like, even the black unemployment rates were going down.
But
so-
that's the
He writes,
that's the
"Guys,
three.
Jesus, I'm not from the USA. I don't think he is the best. I'm just voicing my opinion.
Then what the fuck are you talking about? Why are you defending him?
Your country's not gonna fall apart in the next 6 months, my friend. So you should just pray for us. If you're religious,
Why are you? I don't. I'm not. This
good luck,
is.
sir.
This is that was a confusing interaction. I don't know what the fuck. No. But that's the unemployment rate actually isn't
Try to get
down.
us some Norway
It's the
citizenship there.
Is it the black unemployment
no. That's
rate?
the QP3.
Okay.
The QP6, which that takes everybody into account, is like it was actually on the fucking trend up, which it counts for. It doesn't count for part-time jobs and takes in all
Can we start spreading?
all unemployed people, even if you're not in the job market.
Can we start spreading the narrative that we're in an abandoned warehouse?
I'm from South Africa. Why are you?
Let's not
talking-
focus on that. So another thing with the stock prices, they went down because of Trump's positive test.
Oh
There's a
yeah,
lot of-
fucking.
Speaking about that,
But they shot back
I
up.
think they
They
shot
shot
back
back up because Joe Biden tested negative when that news came out.
Oh,
They shot
really?
back,
That's funny. Okay, let's talk. Let's go
which
to
is
the
cool.
next segment.
The stock market's dumb as fuck, but it's really interesting.
Because literally the top half is tech companies, dude. I mean, that's a different discussion. But let's talk Trump's taxes.
We can keep this short. Man paid $750 in 2016, 2017 in federal taxes, and in the past 10 of 15 years has paid zero.
He owes a lot of money.
He owes a shit ton of money, which we knew. He's bankrupted companies. He's not a good fucking businessman. The reason he's paying so little in taxes is because when he fucking became president was barely floating like as
That's my president.
Yeah.
That's
Like-
my president. He does good business.
Because when you get to a certain point of being so rich, you can basically game the government to stay rich and like bankrupt your businesses, fire all your employees, which doesn't help anybody else but yourself. But you keep all your money.
But that's kind of what he's doing in the United States.
He's doing it with the United States.
Which is really cool.
He's taking like meets like. He's taking his practice from business and applying to America. Good guy.
Good for him.
He's obviously denied these allegations from the New York Times report, and he's citing it
as fake news.
I think it's true. I think
He's
it's
also being audited.
He's being audited by the IRS and Congress, and according to the IRS, he's paid the average tax filer, so the average American, pays about 16 times more than what the president paid in 2017.
Over the last 10 years, we paid nothing.
But then you can't multiply it because 0 times anything's 0, right?
I think he's like holding on to the fact that okay, he's paid $750 in federal, right? I think in state taxes he's paid a lot, like maybe millions, and he's holding on to that aspect. But like, dude, you paid nothing in federal.
The thing
like,
is, so he's citing it as fake news, but he literally could dispute the whole thing by literally releasing one page of his tax returns, like not even the whole thing. Like, not even the in-depth things of him paying Stormy Daniels money and shit.
Yeah, the assets also are very, like, weirdly spaced out. So that could be tax fraud in a sense. If those assets don't line up, or if he's recording losses where they weren't losses. Like, that's how he's getting the loans.
I'm sure he's just waiting for the election to be over.
And so to be clear to Dylan, the reason it's so angering about Trump right now is because it's not a Trump versus Biden thing, and that's the hard thing about talking about the news right now. You can't be unbiased. It's Trump versus fucking democracy.
Right.
He's actively meddling in the elections, trying to stop mail-in ballots. He's destroying He's responsible for our 200,000 plus deaths of COVID. He's responsible for a destruction of our economy due to COVID, which isn't happening everywhere else. Like, everybody else is in a slight recession, but they're not in a fucking downfall.
Yeah.
And it's hard because I know people that have died. I know people that have gotten sick. I know people losing their jobs. I know people losing their homes. It's very hard to be, it's Trump versus Biden, but it's Trump versus everybody's way of life.
Yeah. And there are people that are actively trying to support Trump and also acting completely outside of their own self-interest because Trump doesn't benefit you unless you're one of his millionaire friends.
I want to bring this up. Like the future of America, right? So just in general speaking, I think that the surge of Trump and his popularity, right? It just exposed all these people that they believe in this. No, I'm serious.
Yeah, no,
right?
I know what you mean.
And they exposed like all this like racism, this rhetoric.
So this is why
this adherence to science, right?
Yeah. So this is why
this is not going away, dude.
So
That's
yeah,
why
this
it's
is
scary.
why if Trump dies,
right?
God forbid.
Sure.
So it's not just a power vacuum in the United States. There's a power vacuum in the conservative side of U.S. politics because there's no
power
other
grab. You're saying?
Yeah, because there's no other distinct leader in conservative politics except maybe fucking QAnon people. Because fucking you look at what the fuck, McConnell. You look at Cruz. You look at all these fucks. They've all gone back on their statements on fucking Trump. And they flip-flopped, proving to be the fucking ideal politician that you don't stick to your fucking guns.
That's party.
No, I know that's party politics. But the reason Trump was so appealing is because he fucking stuck to his guns even if he was fucking wrong.
That's true.
So that's why I'm saying these people trying to take his spot are not going to be able to fill it. And Mike Pence's personality cannot fill Trump's spot.
Yeah, this goes into... I don't think this just affects the Republican Party. I think this affects the Democratic Party as well. There's a tent... I think the 10 is very apparent. The Big 10 is very apparent in the Democratic Party. With you have Biden, you have, and then you have the comparisons like Bernie and AOC, right?
10 is huge.
And then in the Republican Party, which people don't understand, which Timmy's trying to talk about, is that the 10 in that is huge too, because you have Trump leading this like very divisive campaign of exposing people, and he's brought up this evangelical like right of the party, and you also have these sly politicians, right? I could account maybe Pence to this.
Yeah.
Even Mitch McConnell. Okay. So yeah, there will be a power grab. Even if, like, I'm not even talking about if he dies. I'm saying that if he loses the election, how is the Republican Party going to look?
My thing is, I think if he loses the election, I think he's just gonna run in 2024.
I don't think you can.
He can.
Can you?
Yeah, because
only
you have
after
to serve
two
two terms. It's not if you run.
Or his daughter, right, Ivanka?
No, I think it's gonna be
or
fucking him.
Even his son, Eric.
But anyway, fuck
Donald,
Trump.
his,
Fuck all of this. It's stressful as fuck.
I agree. I think Pence is scarier than Trump. I think he's very. He plays as a politician, you know, as a Republican politician. He knows what he has to do.
But anyways, let's talk about our last story. It's kind of funny. Why the fuck are there underground gyms? I don't know why this is a thing. From New Jersey to California, strict lockdown laws are making people basically open up gyms in their basement and charging like $500 for membership fees.
Is this true?
Yeah. It's like they're like hiding gyms, basically making. So you know how Prohibition there was like speakeasies for like fake for like
bars.
hidden bars.
Yeah.
Same deal, hidden fucking gyms, dog, and they're
Hidden
charging a
bars.
ridiculous fucking price. And again, same like Prohibition, speakeasies weren't safe. They gave you fucking alcohol that was hand sanitizer. They're giving you fucking equipment that's probably COVID infected. These people aren't following the guidelines. They're breaking them. And I get it, you want to work out, but you can fucking work out on your own, dog. It's not that big of a deal. Fucking go buy some weights. Make a home gym. Fucking go on a run. I don't know. Your body's not that important to look in tip-top shape right now. Nobody can see you anyway. We're in fucking quarantine still. The global pandemic kind of fucks you. Sorry, bodybuilders. I don't know. It was fucking...
We just got gyms, so I think it's been.
We just got gyms back.
I started going back to the gym, and like it's been a month, but the prices are insane.
We
obviously, 'cause
are,
they've been in,
but
We're gonna
yeah.
go back into quarantine. Doesn't matter.
yeah, New York numbers are on the rise
They're
again.
spiking.
Not in our county's actually pretty fine.
No, but I heard it's like 1,000 new cases or something like that.
Yeah, Ulster County's pretty fine, but it's
In New York,
more.
I'm saying,
It's more
not in
like
Ulster.
it's more like Long Island. Long Island a lot, and
I mean, that's just urban planning and density population.
yeah,
right?
it,
At the end
and
of the
like
day.
It's also-
there's a lot of Western New York. Western New
Right.
York's pretty fucked right now.
There's also a lot of like anti-mask Trump supporters that live.
Yeah, that are coming out.
That's true, especially like Long Island area.
Yeah. That's it though.
That's really it.
Fuck underground gyms. Every news story. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Except the census. Do your census.
Can I say something?
Sure. Share your
Yeah,
thing.
go ahead.
Share your thing, buddy.
I said this in the debate stream that we had, but I think it's really important that you guys take care of yourselves right now. It's really stressful right now. You know, a lot of you people are students or friends or spouses, and it's just please take care of yourself and wear a mask to keep other people safe. It's not just about you. Hopefully this thing will be over, but it will only be over if we really take it seriously. Yeah.
And I hope
just
even
maybe-
just the president becoming sick, right?
Right.
I hope that makes people more, I don't know, more aware of what's going on
Yeah.
and how this virus doesn't discriminate, right? It can affect anyone.
Um.
But there are people that it will affect more because of their conditions, like other economic factors or whatever.
Yeah. Just to plug the rest of the week as we're ending the show. If you're, we are on Spotify now. If you want to listen to the audio form.
Search up The Creeker.
Yeah,
If you're
And
listening
follow
on
us, follow
Spotify
us,
right
listen
now,
to us. It's sick.
you're dumb as shit.
The
But thank you.
Spotify, the Spotify link. I tried to look up the Krieger before. I don't know why it didn't work for me. But if you can't find it, just go to the Instagram. And
Oh, we have a link tree in our Instagram.
That's
We're
how I
trying to
found it.
post on Instagram a lot more. Up here, I hope you follow it. It's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, please follow the.
We work really fucking
Spotify.
hard on our Instagram, but
Good question. Is the Instagram working for you guys? I think so.
should be.
What did he say? What did they say?
Oh, our thing's breaking again. I don't know what happened. I must have kicked the cable or something.
Oh, is the camera being weird?
Yeah, but I think I must have kicked the cable or something. Anyways, we're finishing up today. This is about the end of it. But we do have the vice presidential debate on Wednesday, which we are streaming.
Yes, sir.
And it will be re-uploaded onto our YouTube. If you're not subscribed, it's Creeker News on YouTube.
We're
It's,
planning on making more content
Yeah,
there.
it's
We have
featured-
something coming out next week, right?
we have a deep dive on
Sick.
fighting racial injustices in small town America, which is gonna be out next Friday. Is the plan? Which we're getting together right now. It looks super dope. Very excited about it. And yeah, we're working on a couple other deep dives. I'm working on my own shit on my fucking Instagram, on my fucking YouTube. Sai is thinking about starting a YouTube.
Yeah.
Getting shit together. Hope you guys all fucking follow us for this stupid ass journey.
Chat is a pink cowboy hat.
What do you mean?
On their like profile.
Yeah, no, that's if you subscribe. That's a thing I made.
That's fucking sick.
I fucking drew it in Microsoft
That's
Paint.
so sick.
But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Stay healthy, stay safe, wear a fucking mask. Love you all. And good fucking
Peace out.
night.